The Fiddler of the Reels by Thomas Hardy. Read by Nigel Lambert. "Talking of exhibitions, world's fairs and what not," said the old gentleman, "I would not go round the corner to see a dozen of them nowadays. The only exhibition that ever made, or ever will make, any impression upon my imagination was the first of the series, the parent of them all. No, a thing of old times. The great exhibition of 1851 in Hyde Park, London. None of the younger generation can realise the sense of novelty it produced in us who were then in our prime. A noun substantive went so far as to become an adjective in honour of the occasion. It was exhibition hat, exhibition razor strap, exhibition watch, nay, even exhibition weather. Exhibition spirits, sweethearts, babies, wives, for the time. For South Wessex, the year formed in many ways an extraordinary chronological frontier or transit line, at which there occurred what one might call a precipice in time. As in a geological fault, we are presented to us a sudden bringing of ancient and modern into absolute contact, such as probably in no other single year since the Conquest was ever witnessed in this part of the country. These observations led us onward to talk of the different personages, gentle and simple, who lived and moved within our narrow and peaceful horizon at that time, and of three people in particular, whose queer little history was oddly touched at points by the exhibition, more concerned with it than that of anybody else who dwelt in those outlying shades of the world, Stickleford, Mellstock, and Egdon. First in prominence among these three came Wat Ollamore, if that were his real name, whom the seniors in our party had known well. He was a woman's man, they said, supremely so. Externally, little else. To men he was not attractive. Perhaps a little repulsive at times. Musician, dandy, and company man in practice. Veterinary surgeon in theory. He lodged a while in Mellstock village, coming from nobody knew where, though some said his first appearance in this neighbourhood had been as fiddle player in a show at Greenhill Fair. Many a worthy villager envied him his power over unsophisticated maidenhood, a power which seemed sometimes to have a touch of the weird and wizardly in it. Personally, he was not ill-favoured, though rather un-English, his complexion being a rich olive, his rank hair dark and rather clammy, made still clammier by secret ointments, which, when he came fresh to a party, caused him to smell like boy's love, southern wood, steeped in lamp oil. On occasion, he wore curls, a double row, running almost horizontally around his head. But as these were sometimes noticeably absent, it was concluded that they were not altogether of nature's making. By girls whose love for him had turned to hatred, he had been nicknamed Mop, from this abundance of hair, which was long enough to rest upon his shoulders. As time passed, the name more and more prevailed. His fiddling possibly had the most to do with the fascination he exercised, for, to speak fairly, it could claim for itself a most peculiar and personal quality, like that in a moving preacher. There were tones in it which bred the immediate conviction that indolence and averseness to systematic application were all that lay between Mop and the career of a second Paganini. While playing, he invariably closed his eyes, using no notes, and, as it were, allowing the violin to wander on at will into the most plaintive passages ever heard by a rustic man. There was a certain lingual character to the supplicatory expressions he produced, which would well nigh have drawn an ache from the heart of a gatepost. He could make any child in the parish, who was at all sensitive to music, burst into tears in a few minutes by simply fiddling one of the old dance tunes he almost entirely affected. Country jigs, reels, and favourite quicksteps of the last century, some mutilated remains of which even now reappear as nameless phantoms in new quadrilles and gallops, where they are recognised only by the curious.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?